Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Look who's in the video. Look at this person here. Her name's Rebecca. Do you want to let them know what we're listening to today, babe?
We are listening to Ethel Cain, Preacher's Daughter.
Ethelcain. Honestly, I'm very, very excited, baby. You?
Yeah, I'm actually so buzzing for this.
I'm terrified, but I'm very excited.
I've heard a lot of good things. The only reason I brought this up to Sean, I was like, we should react to this because one of my favourite YouTubers and social media influencers of all time, Brittany Broski, was talking about it in her podcast, and essentially Brittany has like struggled with the church and leaving the church and God and all this kind of stuff, and she really explained it really well from some article that she was reading. I don't remember what it was, but it made me so intrigued. And then I heard some snippets on TikTok. I was like, this sounds good, and now I'm fucking seeing Ethel Cain everywhere. Yeah. So I need to listen to this and see how it is.
See, I had this saved already on my Apple Music from like months ago, because I think when I'd done my Caroline Polachek reaction, everyone was like, you need to listen to Ethel Cain.
Fair.
I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I saved it. Never done it. But, you know, here we are, like 7 months later. We're doing it.
We are doing it.
We are doing it. All right. Do you want to cheers before we get into this? I have my iced coffee. You have your water.
Cheers.
Oh, I'm actually nervous, like dead ass.
It's gonna be good.
Do you want to read a little bit about the information on the album that like Apple Music gives us? We also have up here, it's called Daughters of Cain Fandom. So I have each track's kind of description, the background behind it, and we're going to delve deeper into this type of reaction, okay? Because
we don't do this often.
Don't really do this, and I know I need to start doing that, and I'm sorry I don't, because I get a lot of people commenting like,
there's much more to the music.
There's so much more to it, blah, blah, blah. And they explain it to me, and I'm like, okay, I should really appreciate that. But I could have done that in the first place. I could have just researched myself, and I just don't. And I made the mistake of never doing that. But we're going to start doing that from now on, guys. Before we get into this reaction, I want you guys to drop a like on the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1K subscribers by the end of the year. We have like 3 months. Might not happen, but you know, I've been getting steady subs recently. You guys have been really showing me some love on the last few reactions,
I'm so proud.
I appreciate you all. Thanks, babe.
Well done.
Seriously, thank you.
On Preacher's Daughter, the Florida-reared, conceptualist and recovered Southern Baptist finds a sense of freedom in darkness and depravity, spinning a seedy, sweeping, slow-core yarn of doomed love and patriarchal oppression with cinematic ambition.
Oof, that sounds alone, insane. That was a very nice sentence.
Wow.
We'll start off with track 1, Family Tree. It's the intro. We'll get up our little fandom here, so we can read a little bit about it.
So this is a recording of a Southern preacher.
These crosses all over my body. Remind me of who I used to be. Gave his mother's blood.
Yeah, it was just saying here that it's basically just starting off the kind of explanation of her troubled relationship with religion, her former lover, her father,
and her eventual kidnapping and murder.
Yeah, like that's very interesting. Her lover was her dad.
I think it's kind of like the whole thing of male domination, the patriarchy.
Yeah,
like every single man in her life has done her wrong. In a way,
yeah.
Like, if that's the way that this is set up, if you get me, I think Brittany Broski talked about it a little bit as well. But that lyric,
he can always reject his father, but he cannot escape his mother's blood.
Yeah, that's a really interesting lyric. I think it highlights so much that the album could be about. Like, she's escaped this. Like, in real life, this is actually pertaining to what she's been through as a Christian and stuff like that, and being able to escape the church but not being able to escape the generational trauma that you experience from that. Maybe, I don't know.
Anyway, we'll see how this next track goes.
I love the harmony.
Okay. Really nice production.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Really good production. Yeah, it's very, very art pop song for track 2 there. American Teenager, like were you reading the background there? It's kind of just like a little moment in her life.
Like riding bicycles and playing
for the football team that her mom played for.
Cheerleading. Like that's everything you think of when you think of like the American dream. And
American
like being
Teenager,
an American
and even the kind of sound that song was given, it was kind of like a teenager-y, like poppy, dreamy
coming
song.
of age American dream.
Very coming of age
kind of vibe. But I like it. It's very fun. It's very like happy and upbeat. Even though like I feel like the lyrics weren't.
I thought like as a whole song, she's just kind of talking about her life and about like football and about like her as like a teenager.
I don't know, because she mentioned like feeling alone. Like even
in the room with
Jesus and stuff like that. Like I feel like there was an underlining sadness to it.
Definitely.
Does it say anything? Because in the description it's just describing her when she filmed the video for it, and it felt fun and true to the essence of the song. But in the background about the song,
I wrote this song as an expression of my frustration with all the things that American teenager is supposed to be, but never had a real chance of becoming. I suppose, because like. This album is more so on her, like, God, her controlling father, preacher, but whatever. And this is kind of her, like, imagining, like, I wish this is what it was. Yeah. But it wasn't, because she was, you know, in the church,
she had
religion.
Probably a lot of controlling figures in her life who told her that they couldn't do that, or maybe they'd be disappointed or something. So maybe that's... I know the evil and darkness and bitter taste in my mouth, but that those things have left for me. Wow. So it must have really upset her that she couldn't
be able to be that American teenager.
She probably was quite jealous of people who were able to be that too. So there's probably a lot of resentment there for like both sides, like the people who could be that and the people who didn't let her be that, maybe. Yeah.
We go to track 3.
A House in Nebraska.
A House in Nebraska. See, it's from her 2018 EP. Oh. Sad music for sad people. Hey, bird, birds, and let soars, sing it to me all day long. We had nothing except each other. You were my whole world. Well, we found each other on a dirty mattress on the second floor. If we died tonight, that I'd die yours. Say that I'm doing fine when really I'd kill myself to hold you one more time. But I still call home that house in Nebraska was empty, save you and what you can. And I feel so alone. And I feel so alone out here.
That was a beautiful vocal.
I'm so alone out here without you, baby. Wow, what a song.
My honey.
Nah.
My honey's crying.
Why do people do that? You know, they drop out and they say such like sad words, and then they come back in with like, and it's just like,
Probably to make you feel the impact
you
of those
hurt
words.
my heart too much.
That didn't feel like a 7-minute song though.
No.
At all.
No.
Like literally at all. And I think that's an amazing thing to be able to do, because
Yeah.
I was terrified. I was like, I'm gonna get so bored, but there was just so many things that kept pulling me back in.
Fucking hell.
It made Sean cry. So
Bullshit, to be honest.
only 3 songs in, it made you cry already.
I'm not ready for the rest of this album. Like, I'm actually not like not even crying. Like, I don't know, in a sad way. It's just more of just like emotion,
impact of
just
the
impactful.
song. Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
like, and the theme of the song was just Ethel Cain thinks of her ex-lover who left town before the events of the record. She reflects on the good times they shared. Basically, just wants them to come home. There is just deep shit behind all these songs. Like, even though the theme of that song is the Ethel Cain character basically just missed her ex who moved town.
Like, it's a very emotional
all the lyrics
song.
were very like personal and deep and sad.
So
Yeah.
sad, like
Yeah.
feeling that much heartbreak and longing for someone that much,
Yeah.
not knowing where they are, not knowing what they're doing, can be so isolating, but also so like heart shattering. And I think she really, like, the last part of that song where it really all came in, I think she did a good job of capturing every single emotion that she felt in that, because
Yeah.
that was like the minute it came in, I was like, whoa.
Let's go. Track 4. Western Nights.
Western
Nights.
Nights.
Open
Tonight.
up the lights in the skies of the corn juice.
Ooh, this is creepy.
I just know I'm gonna like this. That would not be me.
Very, very Lana Del Rey.
What? What'd you say?
Very Lana Del Rey. Did you change this?
Yep, that's it.
Even just that lyric, he looks so beautiful on his Harley in the parking lot. It's
Yeah.
very like
It's very
bad,
Lana.
bad girl Lana Del Rey vibes.
Yeah.
But carry on. Does that mean bruises?
Yeah. So I
Certain
watched him
fights at
show
the
his
bar
love,
across
2
the
Shades of
street
Black and
do.
Blue. Yeah, because he bear up.
Oh no.
Okay, so from those lines, I'm getting.
Can you see the shock on my face? Sorry.
Sorry. Well, from those lines, I'm getting that the only way she can feel any sort of love from him is by
Him abusing
sex.
If you ask me to, but if you love me like you say you do, happy, hold me across every state, lighting through all these western nights. I need you, and know that one day you and I could be okay.
That was such a sad song. I felt the tears coming up, but I pushed them down.
Like it's just so intense. It's so heavy.
Like, it's heartbreaking.
Like just like those, like even that last line, like after everything she was going on about how like fucked up she is, clinging on to you like some love blind addict, like blah 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 blah, and then being like, you know that one day though you and I could be okay.
See that line before that though? Please don't love how I need you.
Mm,
That is very, very, very powerful.
yeah.
I think a lot of people, well, it's known that like in an abusive relationship, a lot of the times the abuser has that like power dynamic of like they abuse that power that they have over that person because
Yeah.
the other person loves them so much that they would let them do anything
Mm-hmm.
and they need them to survive because the abuser has made them believe that they are all they have. Like, they're alone in this world. And I think she touched on that a lot in there. Like, it was just them two in this house and doing whatever. Like, whatever he was doing to her. Abuse, not abuse, whatever. But it's sad because that's all she had. Crying in front of the TV static. They probably didn't even have much money. He was just... She would go through anything just to have him. And that's so fucking sad. Like...
Yeah. Like, here she's just saying that the track kind of reflects on her relationship with Logan Phelps. The singer was committed to him through anything, no matter the desperation and fear she felt. He's less than kind, at times violent, but she finds herself hopelessly in love despite his faults. So like just like being in love with someone that you kind of like don't want to be in love with, but you just can't help it.
Like, you know you shouldn't be, but you are regardless because you can't help it. Because they're all...
That's
that
terrible.
person's all she has, like...
Such intense, like, topics on this album. Like, they're actually, like... We're 4 tracks in, and, like, 3 of them... Like, first track, what was... Yeah, all 4 of these have had, like, deep meanings. Very intense.
The next one's called Hard Times.
No, it's not.
No,
It's
it's
Family
Family
Tree.
Tree. My bad. That's probably going to be even worse.
But let's go into Family Tree.
You hear bees in the background? I feel like I can hear, like, insects, like, buzzing. There is. I'm not stupid.
Could that be flies around a dead body?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the song is about her boyfriend dying in this shootout, so it could be just a little metaphor for that.
Or just creepiness and darkness.
Yeah.
Mama raised me better than that. When the preacher talks that much, so take me down to the river
Ooh.
and bathe me clean. I've killed before and I'll kill again.
So deep. Fancy.
So take me down to the river and these crosses all over my body. The bones I'm about to leave. Yeah, take me down to
I love that delay on the right side of the vocal. So nice.
I love that guitar so much.
Okay, that was Family Tree. Yeah, good track. Just like a continuation kind of from the intro. Yeah, like what do you think she's talking about when she says here that where was it? Things get worse when she discovers a stormy family secret. Is it just kind of her like coming to terms with like the whole religious side and how like
Just the
dark
fact that the
they are?
church is fucked. And let Christ forgive these bones I've been hiding. Oh, and the bones I'm about to leave. Like
who's she killing?
maybe,
Because not the boyfriend, like her dad.
I don't know. I don't
She
think her
or
dad.
is she like wanting to?
The preacher, because she did mention that the preacher demands silence, and I
Yeah.
think there's probably a lot of anger towards the preacher, because at the end of the day, like, we all know that in the Christian church, especially in Europe anyway, I don't know much about the American churches, but like the amount of assault and abuse, like in Brittany Broski mentioned this, and apparently it's not a thing in America, I don't think, but she said that in Europe, obviously we know that the church charges for things, like charges for certain things to be done. I don't remember exactly the one that she had mentioned, like I think it was like confession or something. I don't fucking remember. But like, you know, you have your baskets going around in your mass, and they're asking you to give them money just for them to keep the church going, I guess. But like, I think underground there are a lot of things that nobody really knew was happening. Now, that's not going to be every single church. Like, it's not going to be my little church in Ballyfermot. It's not going to be your little church in Wexford or whatever. But like, I think it definitely highlights. Maybe this is a very, very big jump though, because there's like, these lyrics are very not misleading, but there's no specific thing to say what she's found out in terms of a secret. But maybe she's just realizing how bad the church actually is, and how much they demand from people, and how much they expect from people.
Yeah, we're just kind of going off of like our own little thoughts from the lyrics, and then like kind of what's given us here, because it's not really giving us much. But like, let us know if you guys know like the deep
we
dive.
Could find out though, because there's still loads of tracks left. You know what I mean? So I think
it could be just kind of like a little intro into like her finding out, you know what, maybe the whole church thing is not too good. Like, whatever.
Like, put me on the back of your white horse to ride all the way to the chapel, let you wash all over me. Like, I feel like a white horse is a sign of like, not royalty, but like it's a heavenly thing. Like, you picture a white horse galloping, it's like beautiful, it's beauty, it's gorgeous, but the chapel isn't very much that. So I don't know, it's very contradictory. I'm just a bit confused, but it was still a beautiful song. I like, it's probably one of my favorite songs that we've listened to so far.
I think my favorite was House Nebraska and American Teenager, to be honest. I'm very shocked with American Teenager being on there, because it does not suit these past 5 songs anyway. It's completely different.
But it definitely highlights the innocence though.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. It's a good contrast, because it's kind of, you know, the whole rest of this album will probably be the quite dark vibe. And sad. And that's kind of, you know, being like, I wish, you know, I was living this American life, but I'm not. So here's the reality.
The reality of what I've been through.
Yeah.
Fair.
Interesting. Oopsies daisies. Right, with track 6, we're going to read a little bit about the background. The song was the last written for the album.
Oh.
Ethel shared that it was difficult for her to figure out how to put these emotions into words. Cain also said that she scrapped the track after 100 versions and then started working on it a week before the album was due.
Jesus.
So this was put on the last second.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. The theme of Hard Times. Oh, it's closing out Act 1 of the album.
Oh,
interesting. So we have 2 acts, I'm guessing. From track 6 to 12. Or from 1 to 6 and then 7 to 12. Yeah, 13. So she admits to fearing how desperately she wants to emulate the fatherly powers in her life who brought her harm. Okay, so this is moving more onto family right now, and the whole father issue things. She got
father issues, so do
Ethel reflecting on the sexual abuse she endured from her father when she was a child, and the complicated feelings she has in regards to him. Her father died when she was 10, so she was very young throughout this abuse.
That's probably what the family's... I don't know, this is an assumption again, but that maybe was the family secret that she found out, because like it's symptom... or a side effect of trauma, I guess, is literally it gets locked in the back of your brain, and sometimes something triggers it to come forward and you remember it, and other times it's just an acceptance of what happened and realizing that that's exactly what it was, and trying to like growing up you kind of pretend it's like a thing that it's not, to make it easier to cope, and then you kind of accept it slowly. So I
suppose as well, like as she gets older as well, like she's fucking 10.
Yeah.
When he died.
So she was like...
So for years of like
her,
when she was
it was
a kid,
like, oh, it's her dad and he died and she's sad about it. And maybe the innocence of her at the start of the album was the innocence of her growing up and not realising
all of the
how shit everything was.
Sure. Okay. Right. Hard Times, track 6. Let's get into it.
Pretty.
I'm going on a tale about how it ends, where you're still the good guy. I'll make it good guys get to be happy. I'm not happy. A little girl who needs her daddy real bad.
Already started me off. Just keep going, because I'm just gonna keep crying.
In the corner on my birthday.
I knew it'd get me at some point. Such a ball of tears in my throat. That's such a sad song.
Yeah. I think I just started crying where, yeah, little girl.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Just like hold my nose and not breathe or something. I think that song was so hard for her to write for so many reasons, and the fact that she managed to capture that pain. Like, a lot of the song was a repeat of Too Tired of You, Tied to Me, and then Tired of You,
Too Tired to Leave.
Too Tired to Leave.
Yeah.
I don't know the context of like the abuse that she endured from her father, but the essay that she did endure could have been minor, could have been like really like a lot, like multiple times, multiple occasions. That repetition of that lyric probably goes through her mind constantly, as in like that kind of abuse sticks with you. And not that I've had a personal experience of family essay, but there are many people who have voiced how bad things can be when you remember things like that, and it's genuinely gut-wrenching. It's horrible to listen to, so to put it in a song like that and to really convey how much it like haunts you and constantly is there in the back of your mind no matter what, and at the same time remembering that little girl who still needed her dad and still idolized her dad and still wanted to be everything that he was while he was hurting her. Like, that's probably so confusing and conflicting.
Yeah. So, Act 2 of the album begins with this song. Ethel, having run away from home, meets charming Isaiah, who offers her a ride. Together they drive from Texas to California. Over the course of their trip, they find themselves attracted to one another. Heading west, Cain and her companion find heaven over meals in small town diners and nights in motel rooms where the former encounters, for the first time since she was a child, a man who wasn't angry.
Oh, that's gonna make me cry. If I don't cry, I'm gonna be very surprised.
You fell in love with America when you were 12 years old. By 17, you knew you had to see.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I met you there in Texas somewhere on the thoroughfare.
Very country, but I like it.
On the side of the road, and at least your truck beats walking. And you said, hey, do you wanna see the West with me?
It's a pretty harmony.
We made off for California to find your lover dry.
Sounds so pretty.
At night, and I wasn't angry. And he said, it's been a long damn time since I left Florida. No one lived that. Hey, do you wanna see the West with me?
Oh, so beautiful.
'Cause love's out here.
I love that. So beautiful.
Oh, I like that delay.
So beautiful though. Get it, girl.
Okay. Right. That was Terra Fair. What do you think of that one, babe?
I like that one. I think
Yeah?
it was pretty. I think it was very light in comparison to the rest of the songs
Yeah,
of the
100%.
album for sure.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
nice though.
Yeah.
You really needed that like breakup.
Yeah, because the Hard Times was just like
Hard times.
Hard Times. That was a very pretty song, and I think it encapsulated like the finding heaven in each other very well, and it was quite light.
It was nice,
and
yeah.
airy and nice, and the harmonica was just beautiful.
It was
too.
beautiful, yeah, and the nice little guitar solo was going on. It was just nice, like nice vibe, to be honest. Just
Again, it didn't feel like a 10-minute
10-minute
song,
track, no,
at
not at
all.
all.
So
Like
really well done.
some 5-minute song could seem like 3 times longer than that
Yeah.
one. You'd be like, "Ugh."
Can't like sometimes
Boring.
you just have to like just stop it. But
Yeah.
I didn't mind listening to the whole thing.
Yeah, it was very good.
Perfect.
Very good track. Not that we can really dive deep on. Yeah, it was just kind of like just a nice, like refreshing like moment for her in her life, finding kind of a new love in the way,
And the
and
fact
just
that it
like
was-
doing things like normal that she
that
should be able
lyric-
to be
Since she was a child, she found a man who wasn't angry.
for the first time. Yeah,
Beautiful. Like I feel like that harmonica, because it's the first time we've heard harmonica in this album. It's probably like because like you have all the guitar, you have all the drums, you have all that. That's fine. But harmonica was like a really interesting instrument to use.
it was like a fresh, nice new little
Like a
sound.
newness, like
Yeah,
a brightness in her life.
I
Finally.
get you.
Yeah,
yeah, it was nice. I liked it.
I
I
liked
liked
it
it.
too.
Very good. Right, we'll go on to track 8, Gibson Girl. We'll read a little bit of the writing and inspiration for this track. The track is a reference to Charles Dana Gibson and the woman he famously drew, examines sexuality and how patriarchal systems can lead to self-worth issues. Cain shares that being a woman is about never quite reaching a goal that someone else set for you. Under pressure to fit an impossible standard, I find myself daydreaming about what it would be like to be perfect in a way I can't ever possibly achieve.
She said, the person of the story behind the song. I think when I was 21, I wrote the song. It doesn't take long to get tired of men wanting to have sex with you and ditch you.
Fair.
It's very exhausting and you think you're alone, but then you realise that every woman on the planet goes through it at some point. Treat it like a piece of meat and chew it up and spit out. The fact that every woman goes through it doesn't change the fact that it's so cripplingly lonely to go through.
You wanna love me right now?
Okay.
You wanna get alone with me? You wanna get my clothes off? Black leather and dark glasses. Pour in another while I shake my asses. Cold-blooded, so it takes my
Production is so nice on this track.
says to me, baby, if it feels good, then it can't be bad. And if you hate me,
Oof.
please don't tell me. Just let the lights be.
Fire!
Okay. Gibson Girl. Interesting track. Very interesting track. Very different for the album. Again.
Wow.
What did you think of that one?
I think on the outside, it looks like it could be a track from 50 Shades of Grey. It's very like
Fair.
dark, sexual and dark and like not scary, but like creepy.
Yeah.
Like, and she also talks about being immoral, like wearing a moral in someone's lap or whatever the lyric was. I'd say like she still has, even though she's with this man and he's pimping her out and stuff like that, she still has that sense of like God is in the back of her head because it's been there for so long and so many years. She knows this is bad. She knows she shouldn't be doing this. But he's feeding it to her like, baby, if it feels good, then it can't be bad. So she's probably like, then in the theme description it says he's feeding her drugs regularly, resulting in her losing her sense of reality. So she's battling like what she knows is moral and what she knows is going to be really, really bad for her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like, if I had to listen to this without really digging deep into it, I would have been just like, oh, sexual song, it's hot girl stuff.
Yeah, like I feel like in this song it's like, you know, she's, you know, on her shit, she's like letting loose whatever, but then in the back of her brain, like you were saying, she's like, but this is wrong,
immoral. This is
right. Not what I should be doing.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
But he's just like manipulating her into thinking that this is
it's
normal.
fine. Yeah, if it feels good, it's not bad. Yeah,
and the drugs probably also feel good too. Like,
yeah,
if it feels good, it can't be bad. That could also be in relation to the drugs as well. Do you know what I mean? So it could just be him feeding her so much bullshit and her just being like, I guess he's right. Oh.
Right, we're going to go to track 9, Ptolemaea. Let's read a little bit about the writing and inspiration. The song was named after one of 4 concentric rings of the 9th circle of hell, as depicted in Dante's Inferno, dedicated to those who betray their guests, which immediately struck a chord with Ethel. She said that she was immediately like, that's how it feels when someone invites you in, brings you into their life just to hurt you. I was scared of the demo the next day when I listened to it. The theme of this track is, it's the heaviest track. Oof, fuck.
Lord.
Under the influence of Isaiah's drugs, Cain begins to hallucinate and confronts the darkness she feels surrounding her.
Oh.
I was with you there. I invited you in. Twice I did. You liked that too much.
Oh.
This is fire.
Yeah, were you saying there it's the bees again? The flies? Like, it's just a sign of like death or...
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Oof. Vocals.
Oh my god. I need a break. That was so overwhelming.
Oh, I feel like I'm literally going insane. I feel like I'm going to die or something.
My palms are sweating. I got so anxious I had to take off my fucking fleece and everything. I was sweating my balls off listening to that. I think this is just the evil in her that she thinks she has because of this person. So, like, in the last track, she talked about... It talked about her basically being immoral and doing things that maybe the church wouldn't approve of or whatever because of the man that she was involved with. And now she is so pumped up with drugs that she's hallucinating. And that voice...
Is that like...
of the church, maybe? Or, like, not necessarily the church or whatever,
Just
but, like,
her.
it's the evil in her that the church wouldn't approve of is like loud and it's there.
Maybe.
And the normal version of her was saying stop, stop, stop.
It's like her inner demons, basically, I feel.
Yeah. That's what I'm taking
That
from
she's
it
got
anyways.
kind of from the church and the whole... Yeah. I can't even...
But there's also like in the theme description it talked about Dante's Inferno, and obviously like it's something to do with that. I'm not very familiar with Dante's Inferno, and do you know
the
what?
ninth circle of hell, yeah. All that.
Dante's Inferno was a theme in Hosier's album too. Brittany Broski touched on it a little bit, and she explained a little bit. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said, you know, it's a common theme, not a common theme at all, but like it's a theme that's been coming up a little bit. I'm very intrigued as to why this is such a prominent theme in songs this dark.
See, I was just reading here. It definitely is like her. Obviously, she started hallucinating because of the drugs, but then it's in her head, like the whole her abandoning her family, and that's what all of this is. Her
Only
like
to
in
be
her
met
head,
with a
like
wrath
it's basically
far
just
worse.
all of the shit she's done has become like a demon, a voice in her head. That's
I
like
think it's like the perfect depiction of female rage, and like both sides of female rage. The normal side of her being like stop, leave me alone, all that kind of stuff, like trying to just shy away from it and being angry that you kind of have to do that, but then the wrath that she has met, being so angry and so like, this is you now, this is what you've done, this, you can't escape this, and this is because of other people, because of God, because of the family, because of the men that are in her life, and people are only in your life to hurt you.
yeah. Great track though. Amazing.
Fucking incredible.
Genius. Some genius
I
shit
don't
there.
think I'd be able to listen to that very often.
I will probably never listen to that again because
It's very overwhelming, but it was beautiful and like so intense and like gut-wrenching again.
it's time to go on to track 10. August Underground. Let's read a little here.
Ethel wastes away in the attic of an abandoned shack in the woods of Northern California. As Isaiah reveals his truest nature, she accepts her fate and faces the end. This title is reference to the infamous 2001 faux snuff horror film of the same name.
Interesting. We should watch it. That's it.
I'm fine.
That's really all it tells. So we just get into it.
Little interlude moment. Oh.
I feel like it really does just have the feeling of her just wasting away
Yeah.
in the attic, dark,
Just like-
alone, abandoned.
Like
just
shriveled up and sad and scared.
Okay, yeah, she accepts her fate, faces the end. Yeah, I can just imagine, like, I don't know, like, with this whole album, like, there, I can just imagine her, like, running away. She finds this fucking thing, this abandoned shack. She's just, like, there, like, I don't know, I can just imagine, like, there's a lot of imagery I can just see, and it's just, yeah, we can't really talk much about that. It's just
Beautiful instrumental.
instrumental, fire, intense.
Her vocals are gorgeous.
Yeah, very nice. No. Okay, televangelism again, just another little instrumental. It was a very
A beautiful
Angelic.
ascension.
heavenly ascension. Yeah, that's fair.
The end of it where the piano went all funny was interesting though. Like, it probably, like the start, like the full track basically was a gorgeous piano piece of depicting her finally getting peace maybe, but that ending was probably like all the shit that she's had to endure, like putting a shadow on that final moment for her, if that makes sense, of her like finally getting peace and finally getting to breathe. Like, the nature of how it happened isn't fair and she deserved better, kind of a thing. That's just what I thought of when I heard that.
Maybe. Bleach Flies, track 12, which is our second last track. Let's have a read here. On the album's second last track, Ethel laments her detachment from faith and community. She contemplates how she will fight the demons that have stained her existence, and how she will rescue herself from the pain of the past and present. Cain ultimately makes peace with her death and reflects on her life, family, and the man she'd ever stopped loving, Willoughby. Willoughby's the first guy who treated her like absolute shit.
Yeah.
Okay, second last track, Sun Bleach Flies.
Sun bleach flies sitting in the wind. What I wouldn't give to be in church this Sunday. God loves you, but not enough to save you. In the end, if I bend under the weight that they gave me, it shows. But I still feel like they all know. But I don't mind, 'cause that's how my daddy raised me. Singing if it's meant to be, then it will be. It will be. Singing
Right, that was Sun Bleach Flies, second last track on the album. Oh my fucking god.
Oh! I had to stretch, sorry.
Yeah, like it says here, just her kind of reflecting and kind of accepting her faith of her dying. You could just see where it was. I forgive it as it all comes back to me.
Yeah. The last line was sad too. I can't let go when something's broken. It's all I know and it's all I want now. So even on her deathbed, all she wants is the chaos that she knows because it was comfortable for her.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people who have been through any kind of trauma understand that, and a lot of the times we chase chaos because it's all we know.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting
Yeah,
one.
it's a pretty good track. But it definitely wasn't my favorite.
No, I'm the same. I wasn't really like
It was okay. Like, it was beautiful.
wowed. Gorgeous, such beautiful vocals. Her vocals are insane, but
But I don't know. Just
there's not many other songs in the album that I would prefer, of course.
yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so the theme of this last track is after being murdered and cannibalized by Isaiah.
Right.
Did not know that.
Mhm.
I didn't know
She was eaten by him,
she was eaten by him. So he obviously like chased her down and
murdered her,
murdered
ate
her and ate her. Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah, after being murdered and cannibalized by Isaiah, Cain says her final goodbye to her mother from beyond the grave. And that's all we got here. That's all we got. And that's all we need, I guess. It's just a simple explanation. So let's finish off Preacher's Daughter by Ethel Cain.
Yay.
Let's go.
in your basement, I grow cold. Thinking back to what I was always told. Don't like smoke, bovine hide.
Beautiful vocal.
Funny. I tried to be good. Am I no good? Am I no good? Am I no here? 'Cause he told me I should be loud. You're so handsome. When I tried to be good. Am I no good? Am I no good? Am I no good? Mama, just know that I love you. I'll see you when you get here.
Aw, it's so sad.
Yeah. Pretty.
So beautiful. Wow.
That was Preacher's Daughter by Ethel Cain. How are you feeling after listening to Preacher's Daughter?
I am exhausted, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm very grateful that I listened to that album because it was beautiful.
Unbelievable album.
It's insane.
Yeah, serious, like, honestly, as a concept album, like, one of the best I've ever listened to. Just the whole story, just the way it all like it starts, everything ties into each other, and it just ends.
It
like
folded
it's
out
just
so well, like all throughout the album. It just like one by one.
Yeah, every track had had a right place.
Yeah.
Laid out perfectly. It all had had a part in it. Like it wasn't just it wasn't like mostly concept and then there's one or two songs shown in here for people to like or
it was
whatever.
just purely for
the meaning of the story, really, and
her story,
the theme of the whole album.
Rip Ethel, I guess.
Rest in peace, Ethel. She had an insane
the last
life.
song was gorgeous too.
Yeah, very good song.
Like the last few lyrics about her mom.
Yeah.
And like, I'll see you when you get here. Don't worry about me, kind of vibe. It's beautiful. Just all of it was just insane.
Yeah. Great album.
I'm not like I don't have any other words.
No, just a great album, piece of art.
Yeah.
It's very
a beautiful piece of art.
Amazing album. And like debut album as your first album.
Phenomenal.
Like that's crazy. It's like a After Sun.
Yeah.
Like a debut album as a masterpiece.
Like how lucky could you be to be that talented to write something like that and to create something that special.
The people who write such art have gone through crazy lives. It's just the way it is. Yeah. What are you giving that for first listen, babe?
For me, it's probably a 10.
10?
Well,
perfect.
9.5. There's probably a couple songs that I wouldn't like care to listen to again, and it's probably just like
mostly because of how like overwhelming. And you have to kind of. I feel like
I wouldn't care to. I would listen to them if I could. I just don't want to put myself through emotional.
I just feel like you'd have
stress.
to listen to like a lot, like most of these tracks. You kind of have to listen to them as an album because it's a concept album. It's hard to just be like, oh, what will I listen to today?
There are a couple songs that like you could listen to by themselves, but like you're right in saying that like it's a concept album, so it should be listened to as a concept album.
Yeah, 100%.
Bar a handful of songs.
9.5.
Yeah, I give it a 9.5.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a strong 9. Very, very strong. I'm not gonna say it's 10. That's perfect, but as a concept album, maybe a 10. Maybe it's a beautiful masterpiece. But just for me, as an album, strong 9. Very good. Very, very, very good. And I'm very glad I listened to it.
I'm so grateful that I got to listen to that with you.
Me too, honey. High five. Okay. We hope you guys... Oh, sorry, honey buns. Right. We hope you guys enjoyed that reaction. Don't forget to drop a like. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Get me to 1k subs by the end of the year if we can. And let me know what you react to next. Yeah? See you in the next video.
See ya.
Bye-bye.